Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to talk about direct proportion, linear. Imagine that we have a tank or a water tank. The more the volume of the water inside the tank, the more the depth of the water. So the relation between the volume and the depth is a direct proportion relation. If the volume increases, the depth will increase. And the graph between the volume and the depth will be like this. A straight line that starts from the origin or the 0, 0 point and goes as a straight line up like this. Now, this is the meaning of direct proportion. Now, let's take a look at some questions. Question 1 in exercise 1 here. Y is directly proportional to X if Y equals 10 when X equals 2. Find A, the formula for Y in terms of X, and then use it to answer question B and C. And then we're going to sketch a graph in question D. Now let's start with the first one. Now we already know that when Y is 10, X is 2. Now we're going to use these values to find the formula between Y and X. To find the formula in direct proportion, first we have to recognize the first letter, which is here Y, and the second one is X. So when we write the formula, it has to be in the order that's given in the question. So Y directly proportional to X. This means that, let's do it here, Y and X like this in the order of the question are in direct proportion relation. And to write that, we write it like this. So the sign of direct proportion will be like this. And then this sign means what? It means equal K, equal K. So we're going to write it like this. Y equal K and then X. So the K and the X are multiplied by each other like this. So Y equals KX. K is the constant of proportionality. Now to find this constant, we have to rearrange the formula by taking the X to the other side. So I'm going to take the X to the other side. The X is multiplied here, so I'm going to take it by dividing. Very good. So this means that the K or the Y over X will equal K, will equal K. And this happened because I took the X to the other side by dividing. Now I have Y over X equals K. This means to find the K or the constant of proportionality, I have to divide the Y by the X. And the Y by the X are given in the question here. So Y is 10, X is 2. This means if I divide the Y, which is 10, so this means K equals 10 divided by the X, which is 2. Very good. When I divide these by each other, I will find the constant of proportionality, which is K. So this means K will equal what? Very good. K will equal 5, I'm sorry. K will equal 5. And this 5, we found it by dividing 10 by 2. Now, after finding the constant of proportionality, I'm going to take it back to the formula that I have here. So I know that K is 5, so I'm going to take the 5 and substitute it here. So Y equals KX. This means what? Very good. Y will equal K is 5, so Y will equal 5X. And this is the formula that they asked us to find over here. So Y will equal 5X. Now, this is the first part, finding the formula. And the second part will be what? The second part will be using the formula to answer question B and C. Now, let's go to question B. Here, they want us to find Y when X is 6. We already know the formula, so we're going to use it. So here we're going to answer question B like this. So find Y when X is 6. We already know the formula, which is Y equals 5X. Let's write it here. So Y equals 5X. So y equals 5x. Let's write it here. Y equals 5x. As we know, x equals 6. This means instead of this x, I'm going to put 6. This means that y will equal 5. And instead of the x, I'll put brackets. Inside the brackets, I'll put 6, like this. And the brackets means what? Means multiplying. Very good. So this means 5 times 6. So y equals 5 times 6, which means 30. So y equals 30. So here, the value of y equals 30. And this is question B. Now for question C, same idea. I'm going to use the same formula, which is y equals 5x that we found over here. Now in question C, they want us to find x when y is 25. This means that we know the y now. So instead of the y, I'll put 25 like this. And the 25 will equal 5x like this. Now I want to make x the subject. This means I'm going to get rid of this 5. And I'm going to do this by dividing both sides by 5. So I'm going to divide here by 5 and divide here by 5. So sides will be divided by 5 like this to find the value of x. This 5 will cancel this 5, and then the x will equal 25 divided 5. So x will equal 5. Very good. So here we found the x. So x will equal 5. Now for question D, they want us to sketch the graph of y against x. Now here we know the y and the x. This means we know the coordinate or the first coordinate. Here we know the y and the x. Same here for C, we know the y and the x. This means we have 3 points. We can use them to answer question D. Now first, let's write the points that we know. The first one, x is 2, y is 10. This means the first coordinate is, very good. We always write the x first and then the y. So the first one is 2 and 10. Second one here, x is 6, y is 30. X is 6, y is 30. So this means we write 6 and then 30. And this is the second coordinate. And here for the last coordinate, we have 5 and 25. This means x is 5. We always write the x first, and then the y, which is 25. And by that, we will have 3 coordinates to use in our graph. Now to sketch the graph, I'm going to plot the x and the y axis. I'm going to do it like this. We can make the line thicker so we can see it. So that's the y, and this is the x axis. Let's write it here, y and x axis. Now, for the x coordinates, we notice that we have numbers smaller than 10. So we have 2, 5, and 6. This means we can use numbers smaller than 10. We don't have to use tens. So here, let's start with here. This will be the 0. Let's put it here. It'll be the 0 for both sides. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we only need till 6 because the coordinates that we have are till 6. And here for the y coordinates, we have 10, 25, and 30. This means we can go by tens. We can go by tens. So this one will be 10, and then we will have 20, for example. So you determine this by looking at the numbers that you have. So this one will be 30. And that's a good example for this question or this topic. Now, let's find the coordinates of each point and then connect them together as a line. First, let's plot each point alone. So this one is 2, 10, 2 on the x-axis and 10 on the y-axis. So it's over here. Second one, we have 6 and 30. So 6 and 30 will be over here. And for the last one is 525. So 525 over here. Now, to finish the graph, we have to connect them with a line like this. This line will be a straight line and goes through the 0, 0 point or the origin point. And this is how you sketch a graph of direct proportion relation between the y and the x. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.